I am very happy to be there with you because a long time ago I think to come in Antigua in the Caribbean, and the last years I meet my brother Irad, and 2 weeks ago he said to me that we have a very important event here, and I said him, please, may I come here with you? He said, I talked to my brother Erasto, and he answered, yes, you can come. It's a long time ago I go to different parts of Africa, and I meet a lot of women, because women is the first to do decision in Africa. And I said I would like to meet people in Antigua, Barbuda, Nevis, all around Martinique, because we are one. Each of us have a light in front of our heart, and we have to work here to help people to see the light in our eyes. Haile Selassie, I am her. The most important thing in the life is to stay in unconditional love. I love all of us. I, Haile Selassie. He said he don't want to talk because he understands and he cannot talk to people like me. And he just come with me because he is Teddy, he is my nephew, and he just lost his father, and he said me he's not so good tonight. But if you want, just say your name.
Yes, man. Yes, my name is Teddy. I come from Martinique. My speaking English is very small. I love you.
Eli. Eli. Yeah, greetings, brothers and sisters. One perfect love. It's really a pleasure to be here this evening in Antigua. I haven't been here in a while. In fact, the airport, I wondered if I'd landed in Miami, you know. And more so, as a CARICOM national, I was told visitors this side and locals this side. I say, what about CARICOM? Visitors, you know. I think of myself as coming to another section of my space, you know. It's not like I'm visiting, you know. So I can't really overs that. But it's always good to be with the family, you know. And so much has been said already this evening. But every time I have an opportunity to be with Rastafari, wherever, I am reminded how much we have in common. And I think, you know, this gathering this evening is a reflection of that. So much has been said about the unification that was required to make this happen. And so much has been said about how necessary this is in our own spaces across the region, and not just the region, but beyond. Our community, as many of us know, in a real sense, this is our time, you know. This is the new heaven and the new earth time. This is the time when I and I vision is really what Babylon is coming to reconcile with. And that happens at a range of levels. Ganja is one of those issues we're seeing in front of us. reparation is another one. Right now in Jamaica, the Ministry of Education, and I think it might be happening regionally, is trying to improve the diet of students in schools. They're emphasizing how bottled drinks have as much as 48 grams of sugar in one bottle, and they're trying to advise people differently. In a real sense, our lifestyles, I think, is now what the society is competing for. They're competing not for us to retreat, but for us to really get stronger in not just our philosophies, but our production, our offerings, our solutions. And I'm really happy that this is happening here in Wadadli. You know, the leadership we've seen coming from this space has always been outstanding. And it reminds us that we can get it together, and there are procedures that spaces have taken. So I'm not going to talk long because I will speak throughout this gathering. But Jamaica, and my emphasis right now is towards a Rastafari manifesto. And by that I'm saying, let us put something out there. Let us agree as a community that these are imperatives that we all need to achieve, not just in one jurisdiction, but wherever we are. And let us be supportive of achieving that. So for example, Jamaica has recognized the sacrament. We're all Commonwealth countries. That's a precedent that has been set. All our jurisdictions should be asked to honor that sacramental. The quantities, you know, I don't know how we will tackle that, but that is something that I and I also have to defend. As sacrament, we shouldn't be limited. Governments can't really prescribe religious, as they put it, ritual and rites. We also need to press for consistent apologies. It shouldn't be that Jamaica government just decides that, okay, so ganja is now decriminalized and we move on, and expungement is as much as people can expect. There needs to be some kind of apology that sets the stage for restorative justice. And by that, it means that in setting up an industry, you're going to have to restore damages to families, generations, stigmatize, completely destroyed in some instances. People who can't have father and mother with them, so their opportunities become blighted because they have to start early, and a range of things. You know, and we as a society claiming for reparation, but this is an evident recent atrocity that has been committed across the world and our communities. So we have to be able to negotiate throughout our communities for that kind of restorative justice to be honored. We also, I think, have to have the ability as a community to harmonize in our actions. So whatever it, and I'm not saying that we need now a book of rules that Rastafari are going to be guided by, but certainly coming in and moving across the region, Rastafari need to be recognized as a unique community, and that community's integrity needs to be honored wherever we are. I say that to say that as we move into a 21st century that sees Babylon really without solutions, they're saying that this region is one of the most diseased regions based on the lifestyles that we have been given through slavery. Talking about diet and, you know, stress and hypertension and all the things that we are aware of. We as a community need the kind of partnerships with leading agencies, government agencies, that have us in the way that we see Antigua trying to consult on the ganja industry, but have us consult on wellness generally. We as persons whose philosophies have always been critical of disease are now in a position, I think, to really transition into more public relevance. in many instances, they don't know better. In many I watch our policy makers make decisions every day, and people criticize them. In many instances, they don't know better. They cannot do it without our continued advocacy, our continued availability, and in instances we have to step in, you know, and take control of situations as they unfold. I think that we have many ambitions, but there are some things that we already have advanced with. Our naturopathic industry is one that is already out there. Every island has reputable practitioners. Our roots beverages and fermented drinks is also way out there. Most islands have things that are labeled and on shelf and approvable. This is the kind of direction that naturopathy or the wellness industry is seeking. They're seeing most of these liquid drinks as liquid medicines with real benefits. You know, every day you are told, yes, these roots, these seeds, moringa is the latest one, but there's a range of provisions. So I think we need to step up as a region and a community. Our togetherness, there is no community in the Pan-African world with so much in common and so much togetherness as Rastafari. We are one of the leading Pan-African entities in the world. Our achievement has been based on that, and I think we have been very critical of ourselves consistently. We expect a lot of ourselves, and that is good. But we need to recognize that, yes, we are leading, we have been correct, and we can't retreat at this point in time. We have to become the stronger strength that His Majesty tells us about. You know, our training, all of the things that we see in front of us, we might not think we are prepared for, but we are the best prepared, is what we need to recognize. I want to stop at the point just recognizing our host and the kind of leadership we've seen, and putting forward my hopes and expectations that we're going to have the kind of leadership that's going to inspire the region and beyond, you know, and I hope that this will ricochet in other islands. Jamaica needs that strength badly, because when we come together, I think we recognize that there are invested resources that we have. The reasoning is good, the networking is even better, and the purpose that we agree to, I think, the best. Give thanks.
Selassie, Rastafari, first. First. I don't need the mic, you know, because I block sound without the mic, but it's, yeah, I mean, lightning and thunder every time. Eli! Rastafari, the first. I'm on Ras Levi from Ianola, St. Lucia. Yes, I. It's just, that's my first trip to Wadadli. And the level of hospitality, I can say it is just, you can't just find words to describe them things, it's just the love of the Almighty. Selassie, King Rastafari, the first. Well, I want to declare myself as to representation there still. Well, I'm a member of the Nyabingi House, the chairman of the Council of Elders. And I'm also the, I wear many caps, but just them two for now. The General Secretary for the Ianola Council for the Advancement of Rastafari. That is the umbrella organization in St. Lucia. You understand? And the Nyabingi House being the leading moral institution as far as observing and looking forward to this whole calendar of Rastafari. You understand? So we do enough implementation as a people with love, you know what I mean, always within our hearts. You understand? So, as the brethren said, I just want to step up because many of the things I will say, man, bring it forward already. We got to step up. Yeah, Rastafari need to step up, and that is something I feel to do. We always want to measure out the outside world, but we don't want to take that same meter stick ruler and put it on I to measure on ourselves. So we need to step up in all the things we are doing. You understand? Our protocols, our way of communications, as Marcus Garvey said, have to be intact, you know what I mean, and well organized and centralized. I also declare myself as a Marcus Garvey follower. It's a big confrontation if I have many people in reasoning about the works of Marcus Garvey vis-a-vis the work of His Imperial Majesty, without any competition or trying to say this one is better. But people and men and people, I mean, even in Ayanola and elsewhere, you understand, they have misunderstood me in relation to them type of things. So I always say these are the type of stages I like. That is, I see them stages as the Marcus Garvey stage. You understand? The UNI stage, the works of black people, mobilizing black people together for one objective, well, with one thing in mind, and that is our reparation, our repatriation. You understand? If we are not organized, if we are not focused as what we're supposed to do, as far as the word of His Majesty expressed to ourselves, that as leaders, we must stay ahead. And if leaders don't want to stay ahead, nothing can go on, you know. Leaders must stay ahead. And for leaders to stay ahead, we must possess what you call initiative. If a man doesn't possess them type of things, he can't make it to this type of rough road I have to go through, you know. And foresight is the other one. Where there's no foresight, the people perish. I mean, no foresight. Foresight and vision, while back in the word sound and foresight. You must have foresight. You understand? Most probably, well, it happens for you, you know. Where man and man being certain organization and clubs and church vibes and thing, and you see one man may want to bring something forward, but by using that democratic process in the midst of man, five say no, can't go on. You understand? So we got to know, and we have to kind of focus as to the way we do things right now. Organizations, church, all over is a democratic that run in business. We black at some, we say we are a theocratic government. But within our expression, our attitude and behavior, and the way we do things, is always the democratic process that runs it, you know. It's a vote. Always a vote on something. 5-4-10 against. You can't go on. You understand? That's why I'm here right now, you know. You understand? And when you find 5-10-4-5 against, you know what happened? You compromise, and you understand? That level of compromisation of us right now, like crabs in a barrel. You understand? Compromise, I for one, as a Rasta man, I don't reach no level of compromisation with no one. You sell out. Marcus Garvey warn I know about these things, you know. Anytime you say I black this song up as Garvey Heights. I mean, stepping in the stage there, a Garvey Heights stage. Compromising is a big business. Amongst black people all over. Few people compromise, you know, man. That's the reason why we have to leave Africa and find ourselves in the West. You know what I mean? For a few drinks of white rum and some salted meat. You understand? We bring the people down, so. Yeah, it can't work. We don't want to have it so, my brother. And Marcus Garvey show you, anytime you see a compromise around the table in relation to real issues, in relation to real issues as far as the development of black people are concerned, I mean, no way. It will be done at the expense of the unfortunate people. So we don't compromise, my brother. We just have to make declarations and demand the things that are of Africa. Demand it. That's what Garvey show, you know. That's the reason why we don't move, because we leave the Garvey plan, that framework that is already established. The framework already established for repatriation, you know. And for whatever I have to do as far as black people, all the development, sustainable development we're talking about planning on a strategic level. All of these things, we've been going through that from meetings after meetings. So we don't want to have a talk shop somewhere and things we talk about, after a while you pack it up on the shelf that the politicians do, you understand, for a 5-year again, and no, it can't work. I speak based on experience, because that is the greatest teacher to a man. My teacher right now is experience, you know. You understand? So I reason based on experience, going through the Caribbean and going through my country, trying to find myself grounded with the works of Rastafari. You understand? Yeah, we've been going through the many things, even the same ganja business, the herb. Yeah, we have to be very careful. Don't compromise at the expense of the planters or whoever. You know what I mean? We have to do it right. Get the people involved. We must get the people involved as far as these things are concerned. Are we ready? We have to step up. I just use you know, that's the rallying point, you know. That's the thing for now. We must step up. You know, right? You understand? We must step up. So we cannot be moving just anyhow. You understand? With the discussion of the herbs have to be there whereby it has to address the situation of the people who actually, that's a livelihood for them. Within the poorest countries, like places like Greece, wherever, in Lucia, it's a livelihood. The bread on the table is the ganja. The school books is the ganja. You know what I mean? The bus fare is the ganja. You understand? The rice and the peas, whatever, is the ganja. You have to pay the labor on the farm, is the ganja. You cannot take it away from, leave them people out. We can't leave them out. We have to understand the situation because they're actually livelihoods, you know. And the actual approach which Lucia is trying to take right now, because we've held many meetings. I'm also a member of the cannabis movement in Ayanola. You understand? We've held many meetings, go to Governor General, many ministers all over St. Lucia, but we remain the same. And most of the time we try to blame the people that we visit and have discussion with them. But in terms of follow-ups, that must be the right approach, you know. Many of the things we don't go forward is because of follow-ups. We have meetings and we don't follow up and we remain the same and we blame the people. I mean, you had a meeting on the 10th, did you contact the persons and them after a certain month time and think as far as what is going on, my brother and sister, in this, based on what we discussed 2 weeks ago or 5 months ago? We just sleep on it. So it is always a blame game and we try to blame people from the outside. But we must always put that yardstick within the community where we live. Yes, sir. Burn fire the Pope, burn fire the Pope, burn fire the Pope. A man there molesting his children, your mouth shut. That ain't good. No, it ain't good. Either you break an enter and giant teeth and your gun, your mouth shut because you have locks and things. It ain't good. But you add the Pope, fire burn gay, fire burn this, fire burn that. Watch yourself. Charity begins at home, my brother. We have to look into our own community. We must. You understand that? That's what I'm going through, you know. I speak my mind. I am a man that speaks his mind anyway, Rich. The liberator. Oh, yeah. Because it must take a revolution for them things to go on. It has to be. You understand? It has to be. So we have many things for us to discuss. Key to my moving up here is really to take part in the whole and participate in the whole discussions that will take place. And I pray to the Almighty that it will be a success. Amen. Because we always have to think right. I mean, come and present whatever we have to present right. We that are coming there at the workshops, sitting there listening to the presenters, just don't sit there and relax and lunchtime you eat and you go and eat there and you don't take part in the discussion. Many discussions like why people say, you know, it's not good. Start your home instead. I prefer that. I say to that. I say that many places where to people, many places when I travel. I say them things to them, you know. If you're not willing to participate in whatever that's going on, you stay home, my brother. Stay home. Sometimes they come and they're only disturbing another person who's trying to make step up, you know. Yeah, so I'm calling on all to participate in the discussion. There's never a foolish question. Whatever you may believe is foolish to you, maybe something that will enlighten the whole nation. Participate. I mean, don't be afraid of Frankai or this man or that man and believe this. No, you can't do nothing. Nobody can do nothing there. It's our business and we need to participate. So participation is key to what we are doing here, we'll be doing here. Participate, you understand? It is key. You can't leave St. Lucia and you just sit there and listen to everything that one saying, that one saying. You're going back home. What will you tell the people? That one talk about you. What did you say? Nothing. Oh, what? Yeah. in the early days, they guillotine you because of this thing. Yeah, malrepresentation, misrepresentation, how they call it. Yeah, so we have to do it. The brethren talk about the health issues. We need to step up on them things too. The way we eat and drink, we need to step up. That's our theme. We're stepping up. Yeah. After the discussion, after whoever analyzed everything that was discussed and put everything in the report in place, if it's not a report whereby we have to step up, it doesn't show it on again, no. We must step up, you know. So I give thanks and praises, you know, because I don't want to go on and go on because I like more than the energizer. I so energized that I could just black sound and black sound and black sound, you know. But I want to see where Lucia is trying as far as moral areas and organizations. We are trying. We're working on many things. We put strategic plan in place. We carry out SWOT analysis as far as our organizations, and we identify the many things that we need to improve upon. I mean, and our biggest problem in terms of the whole SWOT analysis, I just wanted to point it out, is respect to one another. Number one problem in our ministry in Lucia is that we lack respect to one another. It was revealed by the SWOT analysis. So whatever I'm saying there, I have information to back up this thing. You understand me? Yeah. So, and I strongly believe that same thing exists in other countries. They believe you better than us, you know. No, don't believe so. It exists elsewhere. You understand? So we have to be real and appreciate the things we do. In Lucia, we remember we have Marcus Garvey, Sir Arthur Lewis, and Derek Walcott. Small country, double Nobel laureate. Both of them passed away. And here we're working on implementing Arthur Lewis's work. Yeah? Them brethren down, how do you call it again? They have eradicated poverty by using it. Singapore. Yeah, I mean, they have actually introduced and implementing the Marcus Sir Arthur Lewis theory in relation to the whole economics situation and everything. As an economist, a big professor. And they have eradicated poverty, eradicated crime, many things because of the Sir Arthur Lewis approach. So you're never a king in your country. Lucia rejected Sir Arthur Lewis, you know. We just have him on the dollar, the Caribbean have him on the dollar and the 100 note. But apart from that, the work of Garvey is supposed to be in our midst. He did the investigation in GA, that was in 1941 or 61. And where is it? We just pack it up. We just park it in the corner, not going through it and discussing the things that we're supposed to do. Recommendations are there. Many recommendations are there, you know. How many times we've sat with our people and say, hey, Marcus, let's check on Sir Arthur Lewis if his registration thing, discuss the whole situation. You understand? Whether certain things still is kind of appropriate for our today's life. You understand me? Going through it, we have never done that. In my country, we don't really go through them things so. And in traveling and hearing from different regions whenever I travel, it is the same problem. You understand? Marcus Garvey says so to you, no man. If you want to keep a black man ignorant, put the information in a book. You don't read. Black people don't read. So we have to more try to put ourselves in position and think, we have to read a newspaper, at least one newspaper every 2 weeks we buy one. We buy a newspaper, whatever newspaper they have down there. Read. Take a book of Marcus Garvey, the utterances of His Majesty. You know what I mean? If you're a man who actually like Bible a lot, take your Bible and read. And I want to say, as I mentioned, this Bible, there is some kind of that is the biggest problem among us right now, all over. It is a universal problem. The Bible, the interpretation of man and the Bible. You understand? I do not want to get involved about Bible good, Bible not good. But His Majesty, we have to deal with it. But the interpretation of the Bible has caused many disruptions in our midst. The Bobo man has the Bible, the Bingi man has the Bible, The 12 tribe has the Bible. The Coptic man has the Bible. The Adventist has the Bible. Evangelist has the Bible there. The Roman Catholic has the Bible there. And what is going on? A big debate all over the Bible. But all everybody saying the Bible is a good book. But human beings are fighting against each other. You know what I mean? About the Bible. The Bible. So we need to have this Bible as a special topic in our midst. It has caused problems. It is causing problems, my brother. Yeah, we need, because it is a book, we have to deal with it. The same way we're dealing with the ganja issue. I mean, we have to deal with the Bible. The same way we have to deal with the crime issue in the country. We must deal with this Bible. Because I listened to Mutabarika about it plenty too, you know. Plenty man have different opinions about this Bible, but everybody is saying it is the book of salvation. You understand me? All those that are using it to talk about it is the book of salvation. But it is a pulling hair on there, cursing in one another, disrespect to one another, all type of things about this holy, what they call the Holy Bible. We need to discuss it. It is a problem in Lucia. You understand me? Reaching here, I know I've listened to certain brethren even on audio and them things, and the Bible was a big discussion as if that's not the best book. You know. So we have our children coming up in our midst, you know, my brother. We cannot just leave it and shun it. Our children will die today or tomorrow, although we are living to live all the time. But Bram, you know, man, just certain things just go on. I don't want to go there. But it happens now, our children that will be there, I mean, facing the same thing we left unsolved by being hypocritical to each other. We want to call a spade a spade. You understand? We've been hypocritical to each other on them levels. Or because this man is our friend, we may hurt him or disappoint him. No. Equality and justice stands for all. But the wicked government must fall. You understand? Equality and justice has no friends. You understand? Truth is just truth. Whether you stand side by side with the truth or not, it remains the truth. You don't have to stand by no truth for truth to say truth, you know. It remains the truth. So let us be genuine and truthful to each other in whatever we are doing. There are many things that amongst us and we fail to talk about it, you know. We prefer to talk about what the Queen is doing in Buckingham Palace. That's not much of our business for now. You understand? Watch what you all have achieved with this tabernacle there. Many countries don't have it. We've been having tabernacle, we have tabernacle from Iowa, but we need to repair ours also. You understand me? Yeah, in terms of the wall vibes and things, the wood movement we use timber. Yeah, then ordinary material and some material we purchase from certain stores or building areas. So we need to do it. Work together. Without, Bagas Gabi tells us about it. I mean, his cooperation is key to progress. You understand? So instead you don't try to be an impediment in the way of progress. Be somebody greasing the wheel of progress. Grease the wheel. Grease it. Grease it. Grease the wheel of progress. If you grease the wheel of progress, we'll reach somewhere. We may. But if you want to stand as an impediment or stumbling block, always trying to stop things or counteract things, man, it's useless. Yeah, because God even show them man we find so in our midst a woman. We should subvert them, you know. Yeah, we have the right to subvert them because they're stopping the progress. Check what happened to the repatriation of Marcus Garvey. Black people that stop it. They bankrupt the UNIA. But watch a black man if you bankrupt your movement, then you can't live and you can go back to Africa. We have to watch all the organizations, all the groups, all the churches, everything that are talking about repatriation, whether they are actually genuine about these things. Yeah, we may say Rasta genuine about it. With all the level of genuinity and everything, all type of things. How many of us, even the priestess that went down onto our feet as the dew of Oman, and as the dew that descended upon the whole mountains of Zion. For there is majesty, Eli, Selassie, King Rastafari, commanded his blessings live life forever and ever. Blessed be the Most High, King Rastafari, Selassie first. Yeah, with his words of my mouth, meditation of my heart, ever be humble and acceptable in thy sight, King Rastafari the first. Rastafari. Haile! Yele! Haile! King Rastafari, that's Ras Levi, Selassie. Yeah.